Good morning, everybody. It's Brett, your Thankful Carnivore. It's December the 12th, and this is today's Thankful Carnivore Report. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to me ramble on about these things that are carnivore related. I'll be uploading this to my Instagram TV if I don't go over 15 minutes at thankful.carnivore and to my YouTube channel at Thankful Carnivore. I appreciate you new subscribers there a lot. You people have been great with the comments. Thank you so much. It's also at Thankful Carnivore on Facebook, on Twitter, where the meat-eating savages just run wild as all get out, at Stickman Bleeding. That's StickmanBleedin. Listen, you catch me at MeatRx. I'm one of the carnivore coaches there. You can get yourself a 30-minute coaching session with a certified carnivore coach for under $20. Check that out, meatrx.com. I want to talk to you all today. I got a dad update, and then I want to talk about type 2 diabetes, not surprisingly. As many of you know, before I get into that, real quick, big thank you to everybody who watched yesterday's Periscope. I had over 300 and some views. I don't think that's ever happened before. I appreciate your support so much. It means a great deal. And I'm honored that you find time out of your day to listen to me ramble off at the mouth. Okay, we'll start with an update on Dad. Dad has suffered, for those of you who don't know, he suffered from type 2 diabetes for over 20 years. He gave himself shots for about 15 of those years. To our knowledge, he was never told it was reversible. And unfortunately, he's at the end of his life suffering from end-stage renal disease. He's also developed dementia. And I was on the phone with my mom for an hour this morning while Dad's at dialysis, and gives her a chance to vent. And she's exhausted. Taking care of somebody with dementia is very stressful. It consumes enormous amounts of energy. And my mom, bless her heart, she's a tough old bird at 81, but she's not invincible anymore, unfortunately. So it's starting to wear on her. I won't get into the details of how my dad's dementia is manifesting. I just will say that is stealing what little dignity he has left at an accelerated rate. All of this completely avoidable if somebody had just informed him type 2 diabetes is reversible. Now I want to talk about type 2 diabetes because the more I learn, the angrier I get about it. I mean, even now, it's somebody's asking any advice for a 27-year-old struggling to stay on the wagon. That's a great question, and I'll answer it this way. Are you eating enough? Listen, if you're doing these things, you're not going to have trouble staying on the wagon. If you only eat when you're hungry, if when you're hungry you eat meat until you're not another bite full, if you're only eating the meat you crave and can afford, and if you're not putting sweet taste into your mouth, if you're doing those things, there should never be any notion of jumping off or falling off the wagon. That's just my experience. If you're doing those things. Now, within that, you might not be aware of your natural hunger signals. It's a common thing that we see. I kind of went through it in the beginning. You know, you're not used to listening to only eating when you're hungry. We were taught to eat by the clock, most of us. Those are hard. That's a hard program to break through. But if you're eating to satiety, it'll make things so much easier. And I cannot emphasize, no sweet taste. That means no artificial sweeteners. And if you're eating dairy, stop it. You're not a cow. It's okay to cook with butter. That doesn't seem to be a problem for many people. But eating eggs, drinking milk, cheese, it's got natural sugars in it, folks. It's got carbs in it, and those keep the sugar cravings going for a good number of people. Eggs, no, I'd get rid of the eggs. Meat and water. Meat and water. The meat you crave and can afford. 0 artificial sweeteners. And that's my answer to your question. I hope that helps. And thank you very much for that. But this type 2 diabetes thing, we're told from an early age, I was taught to eat garbage because it was healthy. And now we're giving babies sugar and soy and formula. We're creating addicts before they're even 6 months old. We're creating sugar addicts. Oh, sugar addicts make great customers, though, don't they? They just buy all sorts of carbohydrate garbage. And we're told to eat this crap. Oh, there's essential carbohydrates. There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. They do not exist. We don't need carbohydrates to thrive. I'm living proof. We just don't need it. But we're taught to eat this crap. And so we eat it. We like the taste. We become devout sugar addicts, completely unaware. And then we start getting sick. Well, then isn't it interesting that there's already, okay, yeah, eat this low-fat, high-carb diet. You'll feel better. But we follow those directions and we just get worse. We get fatter. We develop fatty liver. Our body starts breaking down even more. We got full-blown type 2 diabetes. And then we're starting to suffer all the ancillary evils that come from being a type 2 diabetic. The inflammation, the pain, the lack of sleep, heart trouble. It just goes on and on and on. And then we get to take the medicine that they gave us that doesn't cure the root problem. It just manages our symptoms. Oh, go ahead and eat some cake. You could just take more insulin, right? Meanwhile, it's doing damage to all of our organs. But we're taught, it's heart healthy. Type 2 diabetes is completely unnecessary. It should not be something that we deal with, except in extreme genetically significant cases where somebody's genetics are just a little out of order, let's say. Because we don't have to eat sugar to thrive. We don't have to consume carbohydrates to thrive. We don't have to eat any of that crap. We don't have to eat bread to survive. We don't have to eat bread to even be healthy. 14 days, I can't remember exactly. No sugar, no plants, no carbohydrates whatsoever. None. Do I look like I'm suffering? I'm missing anything essential? My lab work that I've showed you all, I set it aside from last night. I'm thriving. And I'm not the only one. I'm one of thousands, if not millions by now. Type 2 diabetes is unnecessary. It should not be a common thing. It should be rare. And it should not be a money trough for big food, big pharma, big medicine. Type 2 diabetes is a manufactured, managed disorder. And we need to start working to eliminate it. We need to start standing up. When you see an ad for Coca-Cola on Twitter or something, take the time to write to them. Say, all I see here is diabetes. Saw a Cheerios ad on Twitter yesterday, and that's what I told him. I said, all I see here is diabetes. Because it all gets converted to glucose, insulin spikes, fatty liver, the whole 9 yards. People, come on. Even a dumb guitar player like me can see what's going on here. Let's start fighting against the status quo. Let's stop allowing this horrible management of illness to continue when we can create health instead. Food for thought, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful day. Do the things you need to do to take care of you. If you have any questions, you can check me out at thankful.carnivore. I'll be happy to help. Or on Twitter, I do answer questions there. Or again, sign up for Meet Our... Oh, someone told her to eat cereal 3 times a day. That's not good. Cereal 3 times a day, it's how we create addiction, sugar addiction, unfortunately. My friends, have a great day. MeetRx.com for a coaching session under $20. We'll see you tomorrow. Never forget, you've always got something to be thankful for. Have a great day.